special ice, natural mineral water, and drinks I would want to ekahubi. Ene eye fiada, Yaires clothing for Ashamata, de Mitino, Lawless locks for ene mamie, and some Midday urban de dimo akutini ebi eni. Ghana mrashibe jano atuosa afre oswafo hwefisem so se womre na sege etututu ekoso nam so manipa ba kwa hwe ne kwano womra emachiremu na ECG kane adwumakuo no app no mo ede ebaye no oswafo hwe ahode ne so aboa masikasema peja ne koyie enti Ghana fo yanyintum ne yenkoyenim na gender ministry mechaso ye hwe ema enkoda ne omanfo yedie so no ena adesede akwa mo so munchira badaye ema wono mo akwakodi amia ne sensemme ewo ebra ye bie akosombo dam no na yediani ekyemu ewo la a eno ewo enkrahase ya adehye no nsem nada ne se frisa yaresa bi ne tugu ye no anase dudugu ye no amapomdun senkan ne enkoye omuhia moa efri aba no enchen Midday adiakuya adiwa akode me na me ba besomo afi ensamu no eni wa Ghana mrashebedwemo no ena sege mrashebedwani akasa ewo no mo ade atodwa chechiri mu se na nse tututu obi ekoso nam so amanipa baako ahwere ne kwa eno nti omo ehwe ne mu se penyina ohwe oman ye hyehye awodo so a eno ye posi penyini Dr. George Ekufudampare wonchi nipa kro ye saade na afesu no so afo mrashebedwam emeyi nsembia no.
I strongly condemn this act of violence, which has become a national security threat to life and property in my constituency. I urge the Inspector General of Police and the police services to conduct a thorough investigation into the matter and ensure that the perpetrators are brought to book, no matter how powerful and connected they are. It is crucial that the perpetrators are brought to justice and held accountable for their actions. The families of those affected deserve justice and assurance that such incidents will not be repeated in the future. While calling upon the youth and residents to remain calm, I also plead with the police command to provide adequate protection and support to the communities, especially the sought-winners of the communities and the entire other entry.
Mr. Speaker, we are pleading to give peace a chance because we have lost one person 3 days ago there because of this struggling, and I understand the community members because they have to work, and that's the work they have been doing since they were born. So we are pleading that a portion should be allocated to them. Already, Madam himself assured us that he is going to allocate a space to them to work. Now, I've inquired, and according to his one of his spokespersons, 3 communities have benefited from the community plan, which is Nakon Kope, Agbedafo, Adjuma Kope. What about the rest? They should give them space so that they can also work and get food.
Mr. addresses the House within the first sitting week of December.
Onwenya foko ekwajima menu eyo soafo hwe oman yapomuden so akomra hyebedwam akasade atodwa se emoayade a etese o mantifi mantemu no anantwie wo ha ene aduonu enum 125 ene hwero monkwa enipa baako ene wu ye bebia na yade no wokese no eye mantifi mantemu.
I to ask the Minister for Health what measures the ministry has put in place to manage and contain the recent Anthrax outbreak. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, there was an outbreak of Anthrax, mainly in animals, reported in the Upper East region between 21st May and 31st July 2023. A total of 13 suspected human anthrax cases, including 1 death, were recorded. The peak of cases were recorded on the 27th of May 2023, with 5 cases and declined to 0 on the 2nd June 2023 after response activities started. The last suspected case was recorded on the 1st of June 2023. All 11 blood samples taken to the Central Veterinary Laboratory in Pontamali tested negative. The suspected human anthrax cases were reported from the Bansi community in the Binduri district of the Upper East region of Ghana. The first animal death occurred on 21st May 2023, which involved a cattle in the Bansi community of Binduri district. This cattle carcass was eaten by community members in the Bansi community, and after 7 days, on 27th of May 2023, the first human anthrax case was reported. Mr. Speaker, a total of 125 animal anthrax were reported from 13 districts in the Upper East region. Majority of the deaths were among sheep, 60.8%, and cattle, 32.8%. 50.4% of the animal anthrax deaths occurred in Binduri district alone, from where the outbreak spread to other districts in the Upper East region. 13 districts in Upper East region were affected by the animal anthrax outbreak. The last animal death was recorded on 20th June 2023. The Regional Public Health Emergency Management Committee lifted the ban on the slaughtering and movement of animals in the region. That was what we identified when we got this situation, to increase anthrax vaccine production capacity. And luckily for us, anthrax vaccines are produced in Ghana at the Central Veterinary Laboratory in Pontamali. So we are working on that. As to whether we have enough for emergency preparedness as we are speaking now, I may need to have a quick check on the stocks that we have. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
ECG kania adwumako no e power up aba eno no ewe mobile phone so ayehwe editor kania editor ayeka ahodo no na mo se eye digital ntie nam so amomsi kasemu apeja edi every 480 million Ghana cedis edi akọ 1.1 billion Ghana cedis we eyo so afọ hwa wodeni eso munya for Matthew Poku Pempe na di tu dwa o mrahye bedwam.
And another done for this government, things that people think are improbable happen. But we still suffer from high losses, both technical and commercial, and the duration and frequency of power outages are very, very minimal. Like I said, it is now in Tokra. Somebody engaged me 2 weeks ago because the power was out for 45 minutes in the person's house. As soon as it was out, the person called, "Hey, Napo." But this was the person who lost out of her business because under some previous government, for 4 years, he couldn't get electricity to do that. He couldn't pay for fuel for generation. Sometimes you wish that we could live that period for 1 month and come into this period so that people won't talk again. But I cannot wish that for Ghanaians. We want the lights to be on. When you want it, when you switch prayer, it comes. When you switch off, it goes. But we want people to be more considerate in using energy efficient devices so that we don't waste power. But when you look at the system energy losses per the ECG document they gave me, when you look at collection losses, the first red line up, they've been increasing the collection losses from 2017 to 2022 or 2023 as today. Nobody understands this, right? Because no matter what we are doing, no matter how much you collect, you are losing it through these losses. It's becoming a sticky point, and we have to find a way of dealing with this. Because if you look at how much we're paying for excess capacity and look at how much we are not collecting or we are losing through revenue collection, if it was the private industry, I think every day people will be sacked. Because you can't lose 24% or 28% of what you are selling. So if I was a Fanta seller, from every 100 bottles I sell, I cannot account for 28. how are you going to get profit? How much is on a Fanta bottle to make profit when you can't count for 28? But that is the situation. That is why, working with ECG, we are doing a lot of transformational activities with them, digitizing the system. ECG was hacked there. We don't talk about it. But ECG was hacked. Whether it was external or internal, it was hacked. And there was a lot of losses that came out because of the hack. And it's all because we are introducing innovation into the system. Now, nearly 70% of the people are paying through the ECG app. They are bringing out more meters, working with the companies that produce meters in Ghana to bring out more meters. All because if you lose over 2 billion or 2.5 billion Ghana cedis, which is the equivalent of about $220 million, you very soon lose the moral right to ask Ghanaians to pay more. For those of us who are willing to pay, if our bills start going up, we get very, very, very worried.
Oswafo wono na hwe enkron kitua ni kwase mputi osuo no nyamfo dan kwaku botwe wakwaka aso ne potemo de aso akobofom ombehya asia ye mpuntudwuma ama enema akoso ama omanfo no
Oromanyamfo dan botwe kasa emre na wo chirim se Ghana Secondary City Support Program odia bay mention bakobako edesenum 35 no onyaso mfaso a kaso assembly so wonsa akabie wo chirim se kaso ade no ofa akokwan obehu sisi wo so akwele en Rock City kwan so obehu sisi wo so na fesu dwadi bi redam ho so no ohu sisi wo ho no mu a kaso ade no nyina no ebeso no 111 million Ghana cedis
manano apart from abenima oye nyina wa ha no project amudi kan ye on urban development one no munya 8 million Ghana cedis. I am saying another 6 million Ghana cedis. I can't go. I don't know many years you know ha. I will say you are a new market. You are your home. You are solo street lights. You are UK. You are holding Niya can you timber market where you know a bushu quota. Niya come. Now program no I can't pay 4 and 5. But I need to say and then yabaya nanano program until you say 100 and yet 6-8 million ya first no and then project no 35.3 million Ghana cedis nanano money by your coin yabaya cover papa akapa no you place I buy a crown a big check
enu akire no utu senya isem na sebedwani Oromanyamfo mevi sawa kumsena ene kaso mensin krache Mami Anita Obo Emisa enso ekasebi
Odupo ofa ko kaswa enyi etia wase otumi buaye ama ya municipal assembly no ye raise no ediko metropolitan status ayade ni na edi hu komoda ana enenso wabaha na masande ato nani na minim se sanya ono so nani komehui obeboa ama ya raise municipal no to metropolitan status.
We are also sure that the 3.7 kilometer of Akoje River Road project will improve the traveling time of commuters and alleviate the suffering from the dust on the road corridor. These projects are in line with the new Patriotic Party government manifesto under the thematic areas of economic and social development, environment, infrastructure, and human settlement development. I wish to state that the Assembly will pursue these objectives vigorously to improve the living conditions of the people.
Onumenya for Helen adwanto so Krachi West Mrashibedwani na akọ Mrashibedwam so abedwako a omotwema enkoda ne omanfo yedie no waka ho ebi na wakasa de atudwasa kosombo dam ye bieye ensu ayi afa adehye nti se asoye hwe ema enkoda ni omanfo yi die so no monkyira badaye fi se ma ene nkora nso ho akapa.
In every form of disaster, be it fire outbreak, be it conflict, be it floods, both natural and man-made disasters, Emma and Kola, less able persons, omna eya no mostly affected. Now we share Ghana population so Emma also sin a member. Until obviously we are abano. Uko bebia wamo da which means say Emma and Kola any less able persons no omna wamo bre more. Enti na se disaster bisia in tempora we call it rapid response. In tempora no as I say aban and now woman in charge of managing disasters in this country no nan tempora no omotumi akwhwe bebia emma beda bebia nkola beda because the disaster see now we your batan and now say we your open for enye easy places to sleep no a problem so ba be spelia wo be bo mama ndie wo be ma won temporary shelters bi na che say womu kura nkola no na wo de omo tents bi se obenya mattresses bi tents bi na wo de omo akotumu ansana was pele but we no ankoba na sa children are affected until we are expecting say anka general children social protection anka by this time no omo so aye bibi se wo kura wo niam wo de koma emma ene nkola na wakwa womu wo bebia womu memfa say temporary shelters no na wape bibi na wo de akoma wo Ministry of Gender Children Social Protection ese so mu ye bibi magana fo ehun se aturentem ye aba no they care enti yeso no once ase oni hwe kra opose ne nsam yeso niema kakra yi ene ye wo yeso ye ejina ministry na namu a ye de koma especially man in kola nti so omunye ya ese se wo mo sori ntem no makoyesa ado ene ne ehun se they care for the children, they care for women in this country.
Aka afe ene kakra na Ghana yekosanim akwakoto aba na sentrofu yedimu akotene ye ne beka mu nsem ama adehye atene ba no sa ye bambo ehuhia eno etina Ghana sentrofu kamuko ene America bana na musini akabom ada dwumedie bi aduo mato ne dini se Ghana election 2024 project a eye bambo man sentrofu
Central Fonkabomuku Ghana Journalists Association ade ntoma abo America manatena ye Ghana American embassy dia no hwehunu se afimpi no ne do ne abatum ebekoso no ebekwakoye asumdwe ne nkonkoba Central ni de na so ne hwene ne ni ekwako hwehwia na ode asumbo ebeba fie Central famanyofo abambofo ne kodudo na ene de wonu monyam kopie mu nhemu ya sibia Central Fonkabomuku ba no de ni ura abet kwamena dwumfo ekase kire nsemu se
ene ye ba se ye ba ababe pa twede kasia isi ni so afiewe ene afie ba besim na botani na ne se yebe tretre ateten for ahead of the 2024 elections, general elections. Na ye the district elections in Eshase enunti ya pound ma ye ene ya ye kase ye the training no ebe Eshase so ye ko voter region oti ye can be 2-3 regions boom at the two ahead of the district election. If we are Jakadin Lano, eba so eba betudwa afie eba besimu na ohwe dwumadi yedia ne US embassy na akambom na yedi se dwuma US embassy omaso yase omono afibia be se fiti afibe se 2012 eba in few poro kanse duba kon 11 years no mo aboa ya so yase afibia omoni ye kambom santity edemazem trefo edepensem trefo.
Through this platform, with the permission of the GJA, I am requesting the representative of the minister and the representative of the IGP to inform their bosses, that is the president and then the Minister of Interior and then the Attorney General, that we in the NDC want to see a proper resolution to that matter before the 2024 elections. It is only proper and fit that at all times we practice justice fairly and firmly and transparently. Everybody in this country matters.
Association for thinking about the election ahead of time. I know the National Council is doing tremendous work in that front to promote peace. Ultimately, we're all engaged in the exercise to ensure that our country remains together and that we as people have the freedom to pursue our individual ambitions as the country grows. So our democracy is one that we must defend with all that we can master. The media, I want to commend you also for what you do on a daily basis. Give us the opportunity to advance our policy ideas. You provide the platforms for us. It's a great partnership that we must ensure endures, and one that would continue to nurture our democracy.
Pagrave wache dankwa ekasa de ma ban ya mamu e na bambo ho nsem so ejina orokodwo opon kroma na mu a ono so de nsem se yatudwa
of the Journalists for Peaceful Discourse Project. This collaboration between the Ghana Journalists Association, GJA, and the U.S. Embassy in Ghana signifies not just an event, but a momentous stride in our collective journey to champion responsible journalism.
Birth and death registry no amo office dwumadi omo edino entiase no sei ene yenim omo hawo anasa benedie we enti ena abideku a omo hwe nkronkuma ni nkrase mpuntuo so ewo mrahebedwam omo ba no dani onumanyafo Emmanuel Kwasi Gemfi edi omo anim amo makwaso yo kohwe dwumadi omo di ne faso ne wo hawa omo wom.
All the 261 metropolitan municipal district assemblies no omo ho enu po na chire no electoral areas ne zonal areas ni nyina no omo ye adwuma ho. All the 16 regions omo ye adwuma ho na ye hu se awomo ahoden wo sikasemu no mu esuapa de din kan e wo sikasemu no se omo agije sika kakra ebra wo pe wo certificate se oya akra ye free say ya wo ekopim se wanya mfi be mienu eno untwe sika free ho kono na obe your certificate a also wotwe bibi kakra na eno no de wo mu a hadweno kra ne se sa sika ni nyina enka wo omudwumadie yi mu emo mfanya adwuma emu 33% pe na eka eha etum se hadweno pa nti committee no ya adwene se Ministry of Finance, I was say, internally generated funding, no, IGF now, Mujian, or some mascaning in Akaha, na a bois or Mojumediana or Mu Adian. The actors would be a danya or Mutamuna or Mayajuma. Seven infidie pin a yajuma. Sabri Ekaside, Omunidine. A danya a team CCA, a nalak, a 4 a dine, and a Omama or Mu baby kakra and Omodo Mono my debate. And no crampo anson wom enti Institute of Local Government Studies so amomo baby kakra amomo dom no mani bin so ayedebe akogo enti de sabre ya ye kasai edan a ye office complex a sa adwuma ehuhia kese te se birth and deaths registry no ye benya amoma mu no eye ade a ehuhia kese pa a committee no ya hyase ye tu ho anamo na yenya enhunu positive response and I say yenhunu de yana moto na yetu no nyampie ama yenhu say bibia edimu nti eno so yebekoso na yahwe saa adwumadie no ama bibia koso ne krakrakra ani say yenyina ye wo responsibility as Ghanaians say akra bia yebewo no Ghana ha bia no e wo say yehwe na yetwe ne din de to so bi Opia obegu wo Ghana bia no e wo se yetumi twere e wo krata mu eno no eboa dwumadie pi for national development we need ye hia saa data we e de aye no ma pi na sabi ya de hie no obi dwen se okope passport nko a na ohia be certificate dabi eno ma pi ne ye ya o se yehunu enipa ya wo mu e wo Ghana ha bia ene ochina na de chinye ene into the future nti ye besre se awofo papa ene maame ebia nyame bechewo eba no se wokọ ayaresabea na se okowo a hwe se ye be register no.
Na Christian Council of Ghana ne Erocha Ghana for enaka wonti apam ho eye badwemu adwenkyere ne teteye ama Ghana for ede afa ewiemu sakraye ho ekwan ye befa so ye beda ye ho so a emfa wo hawo ne yedie emreye.
When it comes to carbon dioxide, it is the commonest, but it's the least powerful. It doesn't mean it's not powerful. We are making comparison here. Because if you compare methane to carbon dioxide, methane is about 81 times powerful to 182. Powerful compared to carbon dioxide. And in terms of the ability to stay in the atmosphere, methane stays lesser days compared to carbon dioxide. Nitrous oxide, which is mainly from agriculture-related activities, fertilizer use, fertilizer application, fuel burning, and so on and so forth. Also, it's about 300 times powerful compared to what? Carbon dioxide. And it stays in the atmosphere for more than 300 years. Yes. So that's why when we say you are the future leader, you might have not asked why you are saying this. Because I will cause the problem today. The emissions will happen today, and the effects can happen in the next 15, 16 years. That's why it's important that we try as much as possible to develop sustainability.
When we are doing cleanup exercises, let our church leaders come out and join us. When we are planting trees, let our church leaders come out and do it, not just for the cameras, but just do it as it is. And here again, the COP has been very fantastic on that. Our chairman, Apostle Eric Namicha, have always led the way, and I've seen other church leaders also getting involved in this matter. Number 3 is this will demand some resources, and so the church must be willing to release resources to support this campaign. Otherwise, we will talk about it, but we will not act in ways that must help deal with the matter.
For us to also be able to have an intentional care for the society, we have to be able to budget and plan like the way we budget for other things in the society. So for me today, I'm going and also going to communicate with my other members that what can we as a church also do in our small way to promote environmental inclusiveness in our church? How can we be able to add on to Ghana's climate ambitions? What can we be able to do? Is it recycling? Is it education? What can we be able to do in our small way to also help? So for me, that's what I learned today.
Plastic, no, they use. I got to add that battery, but your men do polythene bag. Different show to come na fako. I got to cook for flask fako na foto. I got to watch out for bowl fako na foto, so that you reduce the plastic waste now, environments.
Now, you're targeted, yes, you started with the Christian youth, say, Senior, it's me at church room, a quite being within the climate change space, a Juma being a woman. Almost a quite being sooner, to me, a voice or more concern, a casa, a fahon. A quite being sooner, to me, a tumpon or more education in regards to our climate change,
Africa Youth Day eye da bibiman ede esword ma yede ekai mabunu na Ghana yenso yaka ho amaya shefana National Youth Authority penifo ne di animo empenifo akasa se bibiman mabunu no yema ye homene so nya adwuma ne emfa mpia bibiman ko animo.
Ghana yenimu initiatives are His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo odi atudwa eboa mbabunu no nti and even though your African Youth Day, we use the opportunity to tell Ghanaian youth the various opportunities are yedi atudwa your National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Plan. Yedi training young people on more entrepreneurial ideas and innovation. Your support to apart from that, your You Start program now is to engage over 100,000 youth in various youth businesses. Apart from that, so yes, our youth and employment agencies almost roll out various youth initiatives. Your youth in agriculture, because the huge opportunity that exists in the agri value chain is very huge. The Ministry of Agric in collaboration with the Youth Employment Agency, I'll launch a Youth in Agriculture program where I'm taking opportunities I work the agri sector. Until never be brave and the National Youth Authorities so your step program yetimi ebuam babununu our training to say tailoring, plumbing, hairdressing. Use so a near sa amomo equipment omo be shase nti sa ne may be brave there to jano. Mbabunu be brave ho omo nim say this opportunity exists until ye and that ye aso say celebrity youth no ye take opportunity near ya bohudwa say na be ya omo nim no they will know and also take opportunity of such programs in the country.
One of the challenges here say mostly you Africa, mostly we are one. And so me call Nigeria say me call pay in fact me call South Africa me here visa. Ya mencha de na nu ya say no won here biom. Me call Kenya for say there be un here visa biom. Me call Rwanda say there be for passport keke na bra, which means say ye bani ye din komo na ye highlight challenges are in painful tie na so pemu because ye ka say youth at the table who say Nooks president or all kind of boy yem kakra highlight challenges via ebe o say as ye commend ye who for the good things ye be kai so say challenges ni bi wo ho and when we escalate the issues and painful tie na o ma ye ho adwuma nti say no visa restrictions no across the countries no kakra they are wavering say why is me to go Singapore me have visa nso me call Rwanda yes go visa me call South Africa but say ye fi ho mesre mo say vision na AU afano bibia yan ye wo Ghana so no we are doing our very best. But when say target no I was just checking the unemployment rate say from 2022 kwana 3.9 CC apeja numuko about 4.7 no in the last decade now I believe between 2014 and 2015 no, we saw the highest rate but even with challenges or mining facing here then you could do levels you do here within the early part of the last decade mesre say mbebuna mo fear mo hweme sometimes it just takes 3 months to learn. It was 6 months. But of course, person are perfect. And so they bebre eshimo. Nti we na ya bit maso asia e be create opportunities for all of us. No na Ghana no apijanimo na akogina baby pa.
Adwempo abase yensi cancer center ewo Asante Mantemu namso amoti kokoso pemso otumfo setu akasa abo wona wo mu etu anamono abaso akyerese eya kwanya kese ne bebo amakokram yade no yetimi akon atia na se akrakra no
Asante ne otumfo osetutu otosumi no echiremu a yare a friends cancer anase kokram yare no eyade a edi ewiase nyina enipa eyade a adasa ewu efise cancer yare no eyare a ehu ye pa ochiremu a wo hwe Ghana ha aban eye na afamu de ankrankran anwumakuo so ebo omodin se de be ya cancer yare no betima akofom na wo hwe ekuo baako a watimi edi muntenteman pa wo Ghana ha se beboa ama cancer enkaka eye kokrometo man from breast cancer na breast care international and have a peace and love hospital covered by Dr. Mrs. Beatrice Wiafe ade na waye bipa ade ama Ghana odin sem wetuja emra na nanama trakunya ekoka ne ho wo manhia omudi awukude abra Dr. Mrs. Beatrice Wiafe ade one empanyimfo professors ne nimdiefo efree US abrochimemu a ombe pia omo eche ne nyina Kumasi City Cancer Project a omo ebibrema nyina Ghana and sa center no ewo no and modern more anase mpempenso a adwumadie no adu
Ghana ewo ni ba wo ni bia na ene ni wo gba ni fa wo mamom dia boy obubodi professor nim dia nkwa na wo ye de was na said wo se nyambo na ye ya ebeboa ama saa yarehwe no ne ade ne nyina akwa anim esanse ye ni bi baabi a sika no eho den na so gi se ade no ye nko ade a ne ye ton ni ya ye benya nipa moma na te message wo nyina anka mo mfie nim de nka ho ne ye mfanye ma ne ye o me free penance be ne abaye wo nyina ye ka bo mo abebo am na features de kofa bae de won na kwotwe nyina aba na sifa ba ne ye de beda ne ya se nyame se de hyehyɛ pa na wo ye no ebetimi edi nkunima ma ye
eno echi no president Edema Breast Care International Dr. Mrs. Beatrice Wiafe ade eso ekasa ekyire mu sei
ye true book be a friend of Lancet Commission's report on oncology for Sub-Saharan Africa. Na de niema bebre beda di say Africa ha yenye niema yi fa cancer huntino say ye pese yeti nipa ewu fi cancer hono eso dia je say ye de niema bi gu apon so ebi ni say ye betimi enya a stand alone comprehensive cancer center of excellence. Na yɛde bɛyɛ prevention, yɛde bɛyɛ education, screening, diagnostics, treatment, research. Enti saa asoyɛ ɛna afini ya bobo ho na opimso FM yɛn asase bi wɔ kwaso 52-acre plot of land. Enti adwendwen ho no yɛse yɛde saa asase no ɛyɛ Peace and Love Hospital asase no yɛde bɛyɛ saa project no. Na project kɛseɛ sɛ ya yɛne University of Pennsylvania for yɛne Harvard yɛne John Hopkins for University of Pittsburgh ɛna Oxford for na yɛka bɔ mu ayɛ no yɛntimi mɛhyɛ ase wɔ bra yɛma otumfoɔ hɔ ɛma mesrɛ no kwan ɛma gye ne ho nhyira efisɛ center na yɛpɛsi yɛsi no yɛpɛsi yɛdi ne din ɛna ɛto so na ɛsɛ yɛdi kan bɛsrɛ ne kwan yɛbaa nso otumfoɔ ahyira so ama waka nkura ahyɛsɛ bebree akyerɛ nti yɛnim sɛ saa adwumadie ɛbɛba so.
Suku adan ene eho akade be empimienu ahanson ne aduasa baako 2731 ena get fund 24 echemu somo esisi efiti mfie empimienu ene edu enso kopim mfie empimienu ene aduonu miensen kwankyerefo wono eda get fund ano Dr. Richard Ampofobodu na de nsem we se etudwa ebrempu ni mpukoso ewo UTV ne
When is so we say free next year kono mu initiate new project.
Yes, ya
that be a hobia
make sika ye de beko infrastructure 70% of it ye de call projects that done. Se be ye fofra be 30%.
That would be good. Na dey I say ye CSC wo ye more so ye ni say aka nwura mu no nanka eno abafom.
Sa pepe. But sanka abehwa data bi na e buy no. Bon say over 2,731 projects have been completed, which is very, very massive. So, and there's a
massive be mad and I said most of the projects in one I'm funding 3,731. A BC that will get fund abrabum
2,731 within this space
from 2017 to 2017.
Yes.
Hey. Ebini kekebini enti ase we dey doc we fancy ne doors.
Oh, and yes, no cry na America no. All the data, permit me the
that's
data
like within school, 5 years.
Within the schools are you nyina data.
Maybe 3 classroom and
no, so basic school you 1,431.
Okay.
SHS projects no 1,144. E-blocks are completely 15 within that.
So let's say the basic school 1,430 no across Ghana.
Across Ghana.
And then no musi 6 classroom na
6 classroom kindergarten and 3 classroom for GHS.
Okay. Na headmistress benya no office. Na washroom kakra bebem. Afi teacher for no benya staff common room atinemu. And then no enka ho.
It depends on the model na you different models.
Okay.
You different models.
SHS 1,144 no. And also the dormitories and
classroom blocks, dining hall, assembly hall, teachers quarters.
Okay.
And say and up to that.
Next time we buy nanka motwa photo. Once you figure in quantity photo down one
our slides our photos baby so it will na adia e
go get funds sponsored and but near donated by get fund
adia ba kon so we say ya also there's a misconception say ye job projects old legacy projects near babeto and ye new projects but so figure na e so hwe ni ya enya sanity. Once a misconception. I'm all for misconception. Any means we about get fund stakeholders meet ye church mu bebre.
So aban so na trickle down about so. And perception is aban bi kwa aban foforo beba no on to aban ni project so.
Enya sanity.
Inti den na yet so say get fund no state ejuma inti aban dia inti aban nkoye na ka wonti na me sha say wo community day senior high schools and say ma complete ya
say eno na me kire wo no so wo hwa na maka say 15 eni awie so ahu so wo de get fund edia me fa ne say before me be ba yiwie ene na me ba ye no any the new board of trustees ni ababe na edo so chain ni ababe to ye no any year one social projects no so you will find out say in terms of percentages 60% of the total number 270 legacy projects
I just say ni aye ne
dada no ye wie no more crampo chain ni ye sha ase no
na la general hospital no esi ho no mewo mu se na bibi kakra wo ho de e na aban edi America ekodwuri egu ye fiti sa brebepem ene no ye nya ehwe ho no we enam so ama de hye no de atodwa so mapomudin senkan no eda fom kakra eno nti omusra aban so ontu anamone stel so na wo mra emesi ayaresa bia ne mawo
Afimpi no wani aduonu 2020 na la General Hospital aban kagu from yesin kobesi foforo e de ma de hye ne finhia polypoly miensa ne nya de adwumadi bia akoso e wasase no so ama de hye wala ne mpatam di wonkoko apaipa tiri mu se enya de mpo ne sentrani ni bia mpo e be kasa bia mesan se wa bre
afede won mo ewia sense afede interview ni ya brem
nti mo obi anja ne juma nkodi obi echi nya ho na wi ahyew ya ma obibi kakra di wo ho a wo na wo kɔ no sori aso adwuma wo be yem anya biedi na ban de she knew omo ya my omo ba omo be pa omo de na omo de akɔ then we are still suffering as a country
kakra bi epene so ene kasa ni tiri mu se la General Hospital ampinfo bu no ameye ha wo mpa sesi obi hu dudu no a agiso ofaka ko lekma rage and as a police hospital and sen wonya yarehwe enti wo sere omampanyini ene wo so afo hwapomde hu nsem so se aresabia no wo sai hia biem
she hospital kakra ka da yebu eni si ye fa yetin ko shepu ana ye nko dware yepo na ye hu nto ye mpanimfo nso na wom nkokurafo ni mrewafo tumi hu se they are just omu da ho mpa ni ho mpa kra ni obi bakra na ye see there is no bed ko wo menim enye se ye ka de bia ba mi hu bi da ti se na anu ya mi ko hu nipa bre wo ka mo edi na ba pin so na ye see there is no bed ko we wo ho kra nka se be shift kakra ba ha ti ne ma bi wo ho ye se die politics na di agronso ye ti mememu ofo no ye ti kronum na ye bre omo yare se si a wo benya flight to kwan akobi country akọ save your life kakra ba. But when we are sick, we don't have anywhere to go. And the one that is there to you have spoiled it. Muni says scan ni ho. Ana say scan ni ho e di be si dan ana ba bia ye approve scan no. Ye mfa ma omo. Ana na mu bu dan no.
Sisi ya ba se o se titia. Ye taxi driver ye wa. Tell me no me bu hospital no. Obi aba our days on my obi say next month, obi say 2 months, obi say see. Ama ye djuma nya ha nyina kola si. Obia because obesia obia ne obeba na okochinsu a obechinsa na petrol nyaasa na se sika odi adwuma asame so
ye ni babia ye be hospital wo because say hospital wo police hospital na ko say me feel about the problem say hey ti say wo mo si ye tia no na ye ahwe mo mabubo ye ndie no na the pressure e ba betu won mo so nti na ebisa aba no say yen labade fo anankranfo yen ka Ghana ho ana se yen ka Ghana ho a na ndo kan kire na ye hu na da bia we yesi ye to aba na mmom on kan hu se wan be ya maya mom ba ha so ba be campaign wo ha
oh shi nya mo se adwuma nyina ase yo bra o container so se nyina ara se na mo te bo si miensa me to bibia se hwe dade a me to we dey sharp la ko enye oh e bia police hospital ana lekman eno mo the part we call about the radio station eno so enkoso oh bra enye
Kasiebo no ensi ye home abaye ba bongo di fara what the sports akudi eba beto aso ye ba sisia